Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is almost out in the West for mobile devices. They said it's coming this winter, so it's probably just a matter of weeks. So I wanted to show you off one of the early game popular one-turn kill decks because I know a lot of people enjoy these. Now there's a feature in the game where you can go to this portal and use keys to battle legendary duelists. Once you beat legendary duelists 50 times, and this can be the level like 10 really easy version, so you don't have to do level 20 or 30. Once you do it 50 times, you unlock the quest that will allow you to earn Bandit Keith. Go ahead and finish those quests and get him because he is crucial to making this deck really effective. So Bandit Keith, this is what it looks like. The coolest duelist in America. Anyways, let me go off and show you the deck. The deck actually is really simple and doesn't require that many rare cards. The crux of the deck is the Karate Man. The Karate Man has the ability where you can activate its effect to double its original attack points until the end of the turn, and then he blows up and dies. So what you want to do is draw for the combo, which is 3 cards. So Skelengles are really good because they allow you to obviously block getting hit, and you get to draw a card. I also go ahead and I put in a few of these spellcasters just because right now wind monsters and dark monsters are popular in the early game. And 4-star Ladybug because a lot of people are using their 4-star monsters. And if you get lucky enough to draw a Sphere Kuribo from the pack, go ahead and put that in your deck because that will help prevent against getting killed by a deck just like this. This relies on the Karate Man, who has an effect that you can double its attack until the end of the turn, and then he blows up and dies, but this gives him 2000 attack. In quick duels, which this game uses, you only start with 4000 hit points, so 2000 is half of the opponent's life points. That's huge. So there's definitely a combo here that we can use to really exploit that. The first thing we want to do is get Karate Man and then Secret Pass to the treasures, which you can only use on monsters attack 1000 or less, which he is. And then of course afterwards you can activate his effect, make him 2000 and hit your opponent directly for 2000 points. That's half their life. Thus the final card in the combo, the Twin Swords. So this one you have to throw away 1 card from your hand but allows the monster to attack twice this turn. It does lower their attack by 500 attack points, so you would think that this wouldn't work. But thanks to the order of operations and the wording of the cards in the official rulings, when this loses 500 attack, Karate Man goes down to 500. But as I'll show you right afterwards, it says it doubles the original attack, and that takes precedence, which means he goes to 2000 attack points regardless of the Twin Swords. The rest of the deck, which you can go back and see, is really just about stalling so you can draw cards so that you can get these 3 cards in your hand before you get killed. Now, lucky for us, and I think they're going to nerf this to only once per match, but Bandit Keith, once you level him up to level 5, which only requires you to play with him for maybe 10 duels or so, he has a special ability called Switcheroo. And what that allows you to do is once per turn, twice per match, you can take a card from your hand, throw it back in your deck, and draw a new one. This makes it so much easier to get these 3 cards in your hand. I mean, this is higher than a 50% rate, which is usually what it is for the normal standard duels. I would say you probably have an 80% or higher chance of getting these very early game. So let's go check it out. Poor little Emma. This game is really wonderful. I want to do a full review if I can find the time, but honestly, it's free. Once it comes out, download it, play it. I think you'll love it. Okay, let's turn on some of the voices. I know some people enjoy to hear these. I turn them off because I like to do really fast duels, but you can turn them on and you can do all sorts of stuff like 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, or even down to 15 frames per second if you want to save your battery. And look at this, we already have the 3-card combo in our very first hand. Now I could have used Activate Skill to shuffle one of them out and hope that I can put it together if I only had 2 of the 3, but I have all 3, so we are all ready to go. She's going to use an old school card, Polymerization, which, seriously, you won't see this in games much these days because Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a little bit more simple back in the day, and that's why I really enjoy that they're going back to the roots and they're not expanding too fast. They will eventually, of course. Ladybug was just there to buy some time. We don't really care that it died. Okay, and here we go. Here comes the 1-turn kill. Okay, so we're going to need 4 cards to do this. First, we're going to summon Karate Man to the field. Then we're going to play the card that allows him to attack the opponent directly. So again, it doesn't matter how many monsters they have or what monsters they have, you're going direct. Then the Twin Swords, we're going to throw away a card, apply it to the Karate Man. This will bring him down to 500 attack due to the effects, but now we're going to activate his skill. And again, because of the official ruling, and this is in the full trading card game as well, he goes up to 2000. We can attack a monster or directly, we'll do direct. And thanks to the twin swords, we can do 2 attacks directly to her life points, and boom, game over. Now, of course, being a one-turn kill deck, it is kind of a gimmick. So there are a few points that you'll get stuck and you'll probably die. And you know what? You can't avoid it. It's just the price of paying for the ability to kill somebody in one turn. Number one, of course, is being that you just don't get the cards in your hand. Lady Luck, the Desire Sensor, is just not on your side. And no matter how many times you draw, all those cards are at the bottom of your deck. It happens. Now, if you're going against an opponent who's not playing very well or doesn't have very good cards, you could overcome this, but there's no promises. The second and worst is the Sphere Kuribo. The Sphere Kuribo is an ultra rare card that you can get in the standard pack that they have right now, and of course I put it in my deck as well. And what it does is it allows you to discard it from your hand, and it takes an attacking monster and throws them into defense position, basically nullifying their attack and leaving them open. If your opponent does this to your Karate Man, you're pretty much in trouble because Karate Man blows up at the end of the turn and you're not going to have much on the field or in your hand to battle with. And here's what that looks like in real life. So I got my Karate Man, I got my effects, I'm bopping him up to 2000, he's got one card in his hand, and lo and behold, I see the hourglass, he's thinking, he's got the Kuribo. Goodbye, Gaijin Hunter. You know what? If you end up losing, don't surrender because you won't get any items if you do it and it's bad sportsmanship. Just take the loss. It's the price to pay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck. If you guys are interested in me showing off other popular decks at the different periods in which the game is operating, let me know in the comments below and I will go ahead and show off some more. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy dueling.